Hello, 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 everybody. It is Matt, and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box for the movie of every single movie of every single day. I give you your brief synopsis, starring cast, director, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link where you can watch this one for free. And if you decide you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks, since YouTube doesn't think I'm worthy of it. Anyways, now that I got all that said, mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. Today's is a short one. It only runs at about 7 minutes long. It is called Thumb. It is directed by none other and starring none other than Justin Adams. And it is a very interesting, fun little short film I really enjoyed. Now, what is it exactly about? Well, it's a film that is shot on a beautiful noirish black and white type color. It's about a man who is wearing overalls, hairy son of a gun, nonetheless. Decides he's gonna he's got an axe with him, and he finds a hand in the backyard, and he decides he's going to chop off the thumb. So he chops off the thumb, takes it indoors, and then while he's indoors, you find out what he's up to with this thumb. Now it eventually moves on to where he gets cannibalistic and eats the thumb. After he's done eating, he always rubs his belly and pats it and does this. It's funny. I liked it. He eventually goes to bed, and while he's in bed, he is hearing this ominous disembodied voice asking where his thumb is. Where is my thumb? And then, eventually we get to a nice little conclusion. That's all I'm going to talk about with the movie. Now, this movie was made during the COVID lockdown. It is very well made, in my opinion. There's been some fun stuff that I've seen come out of the lockdown, and then I've seen some really painful things. This falls in the good side. Now, on to the three things that I love my movies to meet. First is audio. The audio is very good when it's needed or used. There's not really a ton of dialogue going on here, so the audio is almost it's one of those things you don't really need a huge fuss about, because it's done very how do I say, it's done in a fashion to where you don't hear any dialogue till towards the end. It is pretty much a silent film. So I'm gonna give it a B on audio. The dialogue, like I said, all you get is "Where's my thumb?" and then eventually you get I found my thumb eventually. Very, very little dialogue going on. I prefer my movies to have a little more dialogue, but I'm curious to see what exactly Justin has in line for other films, because I'm going to be doing a whole string of reviews on his films this month. So look forward to that. I feel that if any of them match the power of this one, I think I'm going to be in for a very fun ride. I really enjoy his style just from this one alone. I thought it was really neat. especially for only 7 minutes. You don't have any time to really waste. You got to get your momentum going right away, and put your foot on the gas pedal and not take it off. And he does that. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say for the audio, I'm going to give it another B on that one. Editing is where I think is my third thing that I like to critique about. I think editing is where the gold lies in this, other than the story itself. But the editing is done very well. Um, like I said, he keeps a nice forward momentum going with it. Doesn't lose his pacing whatsoever. It doesn't have any cuts in it that don't make sense. No silly jump cuts for scare factors. I didn't notice any continuity errors due to editing. I feel like this thing is a well accomplished film, so I'm gonna give it an A plus as far as editing goes. I feel like it's very crisp, cool, and clean on that end. Now, my final score of 1 through 5, it's gonna be not a 5, not a 3. It's gonna be a 4. It's a 4 out of 5 in my opinion. It could be maybe if it was like 10 minutes longer and you added a little more to the story, I think it would have really would have pushed it up to a 4.5 on that end. Fives are really hard to get from me. No offense to any filmmaker, they're just hard to get. I've only given away, I think, 3 in my entire 4 years of filmmaking or of film reviewing, so it's very rare. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this was also based off of those scary stories to tell in the dark. I think is what they were called. Based off of stuff like that. You get a Goosebumps or a what was the other show that they had where the kids sat around the campfire? Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's what it is. Yes, it reminds me kind of like that style a little bit. So if you're into those styles, definitely check it out. It's grown up, but it's along that style of filmmaking. So, anyways, I love all your faces. I'll be back at you Saturday with yet another review, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday again next week. All right, guys, love your faces, and as always, peace.